More furloughs were announced, bringing the total up to 5,500. Now, UW Medicine Hospital leaders, they're also going to be taking cuts to their salaries. Even still, some hospital workers that we spoke to say they just do not agree with this move. While the demand for health care in the age of coronavirus remains high, UW Medicine says the pandemic has actually put them $500 million in the red. It announced today that along with 1,500 non-union employees, 4,000 union employees will be furloughed anywhere from 1 to 8 weeks, citing rising costs of PPE and treating COVID-19 positive patients, as well as a lack of revenue from elective surgeries as the reasons. In a statement, Lisa Brandenburg, president of UW Hospitals and Clinics, called the move a very difficult but necessary decision to address the financial challenges facing UW Medicine and all healthcare organizations responding to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Makes me feel sad that, like my colleagues are going to be out of work and out of pay for many months when all of these people were willing to put their lives on the line for patients during the coronavirus.
Justin Gifford, a neurosurgery PA, is against the move, even creating a Twitter page along with some colleagues to voice their opposition.
It just makes me sad that, we make the working people kind of as the buffer for our system.
UW leaders will be taking pay cuts too, ranging from 10 to 20% of their salary, totaling $76.5 million.
I'm worried for the whole clinical enterprise.
Alexander Adami is a resident at Harborview, as well as the treasurer for the union UWHA, representing physicians and fellows. He says while he's not getting furloughed, the people who are either on the front lines or supporting those there.
It's difficult for me to take care of patients if there aren't enough nurses around, if there aren't enough technicians around, if the custodial staff who clean the rooms in between folks are not there. And it has a real impact when you're trying to just get patients where they need to be in the hospital.
UW Medicine assures patient care will remain high, saying the hospital has taken deliberate steps to not only take care of patients there, but in case of a surge as well. Gifford still has his concerns.
I can't say for a fact, what exactly will happen, but it's definitely going to be a lot more difficult for us to provide the quality of care that patients need to get better.
UW Medicine says that they have secured $180 million in federal funding to help out with their deficit. Also, regarding their COVID-19 local response and all the research they've been doing into the coronavirus, they say that these furloughs will have no impact on that. In Seattle, Vanessa Mashania, King 5 News.
Vanessa, thank you. 21 of the state's 39 counties have now entered phase 2 of reopening. Phase 2 allows restaurants to open with less than 50% capacity. Hair and nail salons can open, and so can retail stores and pet groomers, but they do have to follow some safety guidelines. Originally, the hope was to have the entire state in phase 2 by June 1st, but not every county could meet the requirements. Now, there are more than 20,000 people in Washington who have tested positive for the coronavirus. Out of those cases, 1,070 people have died. That includes 9 newly reported deaths.
Well, because of worry,
we're just acting on an abundance of caution based on the
Let me start from the top there, because this is important. Because of worries about the safety of the World Health Organization has stopped testing hydroxychloroquine on patients. Experts say that they are worried about the side effects of the drug commonly used to treat malaria. It could cause heart problems.
we're just acting on an abundance of caution based on the recent results from other studies to ensure that we can continue safely with that arm of the trial.
So just last week, President Trump said, as you recall, that he was taking hydroxychloroquine as a preventative measure against COVID-19, despite a lack of any evidence that it can prevent the disease. A Seattle man says that someone is targeting him online with racist remarks. He tells King 5's Natalie Swaby that it's not just hurting him, it's hurting his family's business.
Eric Chan and his family have had this restaurant in the Chinatown International District for 17 years, but he says an internet troll is trying to tear apart their good name.
Yeah, we're just trying to work, man.
Eric Chan says the online harassment started on Saturday afternoon.
On my public Instagram profile, telling me to cook my dog and eat it for chow mein.
He says that offensive comment came from someone he'd never heard of. Chan wrote his own post about it.
He found out that I exposed him for being a racist on my profile. This guy photoshops fake images of my text of my photo and my handler name onto on a fake image, and it has me spewing out these racist tyrants of, you know, Black lives don't matter, blah, blah, blah. And they're taking what he's saying and mass spreading it on their own platforms. So now I'm getting death threats at the restaurant. People are calling in saying I'm a racist.
Chan calls it the work of an internet troll, and he has reported it to police. Chan says he is grateful for the community support he has received during this time, and he says he's not going to let this stop him from doing the work here at his family's restaurant. In Seattle, Natalie Swaby, King 5 News.
Well, that happened as Seattle police tried to track down a person of interest in a series of racist encounters in Ballard. Police say they got 3 different reports of a man using racist language and even spitting on Asian people. 2 of those incidents were reported at Golden Gardens. A 3rd was reported at a Thai restaurant in Ballard, where employees say he showed up twice over the weekend.
And then he was like, "You guys were the cause of virus on Friday." Yeah, something like that, chaotic, and then he just left.
Police think the same man is responsible for all 3 of those incidents. In another incident last week, a man was caught verbally attacking an Asian couple and spitting on them in South Lake Union.